Hey everybody, I'm Ellen here at Etrailer.com, and we're taking a quick look at the steel toolbox. This is going to be a handy thing to have to keep all your tools in one spot. So let's take a closer look and talk a little bit about the features. One of the first things that I noticed about this is that it has the diamond plate style metal top with this kind of groove in the top of it as well. So you might be kind of wondering what's that for, and it can be really handy to hold anything that might be longer than the toolbox. So if you've got a level or something like that, so that you don't have to have that under your arm on the other side, so you can kind of free up one hand while you're traveling. You can also use this as a spot to put maybe a 2x4 or some conduit or piping, and use it kind of as a place to put that so you can saw things off on the side. So that makes it kind of nice to give you a little bit more of a bracing spot, because even if you were to put your foot down or try to sit on it with your knee or something like that, it's still want to shift side to side. But by having it sitting in this long track, it's going to help to give it a lot more stability there. So that's kind of a nice thing that's built into the case. We did try it here in the shop, and you can tentatively stand on this. I wouldn't suggest jumping on it, but you can put your foot on it, put a little bit of weight on it, and it should be fine. Some of the guys took turns standing on it, and it did hold their weight, so that is something. Me looking at it, I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it did seem to hold up well. Again, I wouldn't use it as a step or as a seat necessarily. You definitely don't want to jump on it or anything like that, but it should be well up to the task to putting a little bit of pressure on it so that you can saw things off, anything like that. So let's take a closer look at the inside and see what we've got in there. You also might notice that I've got a padlock here. This does not come with it. I just wanted to show that it does fit through there. This has a 1/4 inch shackle bolt diameter, and this is available separately here at Etrailer.com. So if you do want to get a padlock, if you don't already have one, you can use that part number there to get this guy here. Again, it just needs to have a 1/4 inch shackle bolt diameter. But again, that is sold separately, so it doesn't come with it. On the inside, we'll have our tray that you can remove. This holds any of your kind of more frequently used tools, smaller stuff to keep it out of the bottom from getting lost. And then the inside, just a nice open space there. It does have a lining at the bottom, so that helps to give it a little bit better coating. And it doesn't look like it's removable. It looks like it's riveted in place. But I do like that it kind of gives it a little bit more clean look there, and just kind of helps to give it a little bit more stability, I think, or a little bit more reinforcement at the bottom, so if you're having to drop stuff in there, it's not just going to go straight through that metal. The latch seems to be pretty strong. Should be a pretty good addition to your tool set. I'm going to give you some measurements here. First we'll do the interior. So open that back up. Something I do kind of like is that it's balanced well enough so that even though the lid is open, it's not one to tip over. Of course, as you fill it with stuff, that's less of a problem, but it's just kind of nice that right off the bat you don't have to worry about it. It's got about 24 3/4 inches in length. And I'm going to the edge where the tray would sit, and then about 8 3/4 inches, then about 6 inches of depth. Put our tray back in place, and then I'll give you some outside measurements. So from outermost edge, it's about 11 1/4. Height-wise, looks to be about 8 3/4, so just shy of 9 inches. And then the overall length is right about 26 inches. All in all, should be a nice toolbox. I think this little channel in the top is pretty unique. You don't really see that on a lot of other toolboxes. There are a couple out there, but this is probably going to be a much more economical option for a lot of folks. And as I mentioned, it can take your weight if you're standing on it, not for a long period of time. From handling it, I'm not sure it's really meant to be a step or to have your whole weight on it, but you can do it. And you can hold that board down or a pipe or anything else so you can get that sawed off. And so that is kind of a nice, just a little built-in add-on to the box. Well, I hope that this has been helpful in deciding if this is the right box for you. We do have a lot of other tools here at etrailer.com, along with a whole bunch of other accessories as well, so be sure to check them out, and thanks for watching.